Majespecters are wind spellcasters that sets up spells and traps as interruptions that require tributes to be used. First up is 3 Bunbuku. All of the main deck Majespecters can't be targeted or destroyed by opponents' cards, and when this is summoned, can add a Majespecter monster from deck. 3 Yata. When normal or special, can add a Majespecter spell from deck. 3 Yamarashi. If summoned, can set a Majespecter spell from grave, and can quick effect summon itself from hand if you control a Majespecter. 3 Kyubi. When summoned, adds a Majespecter trap from deck. 3 Ogama. Sets a Majespecter spell or trap from deck when summoned. 1 Nekomata. Adds a Majespecter card from deck during the end phase this was summoned. 1 Kirin. Can target a Pendulum you control and an opponent's monster, return them to hand. And you can play more of them, but it can be hard to get them out of the hand for Majespecters. 3 Majesty Pegasus. Pendulum effect. If you control Majespecter or Dracoslayer in other Pendulum zone, you can add a Dracoslayer with a different name, and then you can destroy a card in your Pendulum zone. The monster effect is if it is Pendulum summoned or specialed by a Dracoslayer, you can add a field spell from deck, but discard one. 1 Luster Pendulum. Can destroy a card in your other Pendulum zone and adds a card from deck with the same name as that card. 1 Dinomight Powerload. Pendulum effect. Can target a Dracoslayer in your other Pendulum zone and special it. 3 Ghost Belle, 3 Ghost Ogre, and 3 Ghost Mourner for the hand traps. 3 Majespecter Wind. Specials a Majespecter from hand or grave, or if you tribute a Wind spellcaster, you can special a Majespecter from deck. 1 Majespecter Cyclone. Tributes a Wind spellcaster to target opponent's monsters and destroy it. 1 Secret Village of the Spellcasters. If only you control a spellcaster, your opponent can't activate spells. 2 Tornado. Tributes a Wind spellcaster to banish opponent's monster. 2 Tempest. When a monster would be specialed or a monster effect is activated, tribute a Wind spellcaster and negate and destroy it. And for the extra, 2 Majespecter Orthrus. If link summoned, can add 2 Majespecters from extra deck to hand, then add 2 Majespecters from deck to the extra deck. 2 Majespecter Draco. Main effect is if a monster is tributed, you can detach one to special a level 6 lower Wind spellcaster from deck. 1 Magister Paladin. Main thing is if it is exceed summoned, can add a Pendulum monster from deck during the end phase. 1 Baguska. While in defense, changes all monsters to defense and negates activated effects of defense monsters. 1 Tornado Dragon. Destroys spells and traps. 1 Dinoster Power. Is special by tributing a Dracoslayer and a Pendulum, and protects Pendulums from destruction. 1 Ignister Prominence. Targets a Pendulum on field or Pendulum zone, destroy it, and shuffle a card on field into deck. 1 Beyond the Pendulum. If link summoned in extra monster zone, can pay 1200 to add a Pendulum to hand from deck. 1 Exceed the Pendulum. If link summoned, can add a face-up Pendulum from extra deck to hand. 1 Nightmare Phoenix. Discards 1 to destroy back row. 1 Nightmare Unicorn. Discard 1 to shuffle a card into deck. 1 Selene. If link summoned, places spell counters on it based on spells in grave and field, and can remove 3 spellcasters and special a spellcaster and defense from grave. And 1 Access Code. Gains attack from what was used for its summon, and can banish link monsters from grave to destroy cards. And that's the deck at about $24. It is a pretty consistent going first deck, but does have its link monster as a choke point.